Pro tip. Leave yourself more than 3 minutes to start Zwift and log in before a race. I was packing for a trip, decided to do the race at the last minute. I got on the bike with just 5 seconds to spare. Then when I hit the pedals, nothing. Zwift was connected to the wrong power source. It took me a full minute to figure that out and fix it. By the time I got going, full minute behind, it's going to be tough. Now, I'm a sprinter. This is a fastest through segment points race in Herd Summer Racing League. Segment points are 2/3 of the score. With the pack a minute up the road, I've got a long fight ahead to even pick off some stragglers to salvage some finish points. And then to still do that and have the legs to hit the sprints hard enough to get sprint points. Can I get enough finish points and sprint points to salvage a result in the league to help the herd against ATP in the Herd Summer Racing League? Let's find out. So now the idea is get up to speed, get up to power, and yeah, just make sure that we don't lose too much in all of this. Looking at both the Zwift and Sauce gaps, it looks like I'm about a minute from the leaders and about 45 seconds from the stragglers here. So now that I'm into the rollers coming up to Titan's Grove, the idea here is to really get as short a time as possible without using past the first of the D's. But yeah, you get through here as fast as possible for minimum power. I'm not going to have much draft, so there we're down from 40 to 39. But at the same time, I need to be absolutely ready to hammer when we get to the Titan's Grove reverse KOM, because 1, that's a whole bunch of points, and 2, that's pretty much the steepest spot on the course and the spot where I can make up the most time. So we've gone from 40th place to 36th so far. Coming down, 37th, he wants to come back. All good. So back right off here to get, now you can see in the mini map, the bees are coming up right behind me. I'm hitting this hard. I'm going to try and stay with the bees. Their draft is helping me big time. Hit that super hard, and look, I got second place. So that's terrific. The bees do get away from me here, unfortunately. But yeah, so I'm now up into 32nd place, and with a few other people around. And it's back into, yeah, see if we can bridge up a little bit here. Get a few more points because we're 2 or 3 points per place. I think it's 3 points per place at the finish, and 1 point per place for each of the segments. So we have 3 more sprints that count, and off we go. So I did try this again the next night, and the first place time in this race was outstanding. I got second place with my time here. The next night, I was 11 seconds slower up Titan's Reverse and won the fastest time for the segment. So really depends. You got to race the race you're in. And in that race, I left with the main group, so I was with the group and was able to race to the speed of everybody else, as opposed to trying to hit whatever time anybody else did. So there's 3 riders ahead of me. I'm just kind of gradually reeling them in a little bit. They're 17 seconds now. They were 30, and I'm dropping some of the guys that were behind me. Not really going that hard either. But probably a lot harder than I would any other time. Zip through here. There goes one more, up to 29th from 40th already. Less than halfway through. And here we run into a teammate who's in the B's, and so he's trying to do the same thing, but has a lot more power than me. So Terry Leduc here, shout out. I shamelessly sucked his wheel for a good portion of this race. I did try to pay him back with a little bit of lead out through the segments, but didn't do very well on this one. Did get past him at the end. Hopefully gave him a little bit of draft. So I think we tried to help each other out there. He gave me a lead out, and then I hopefully was able to suck him along a little bit at the end. So here we are down to 26th place. So doing pretty good. A couple A's here. So Terry tried to hang on to them. I just tried to hang on to Terry. We've got 2 riders about 5 seconds back for me in the C's. 1 rider 5 seconds ahead. The rider 27 ahead. Beyond that, we're close to a minute up. So we'll see what we're able to do here. Still working pretty hard. I think coming up here, I try to take a turn for Terry, but he's pushing pretty hard, so I'm having trouble getting around him for that. Coming up towards the next sprint point here. A couple more A's flying through. So this sprint, I always have trouble with the start point, thinking that it is in a different spot than it is. But here it is right here. At this point, I've finally... I haven't used my power-ups to this point, and around this point, I suddenly realized, wait a minute, I don't have my Zwift Play controllers connected, and so have not been using my power-ups. So 5th on that one. So pretty good, given not a lot of draft, just Terry. And yeah, I didn't really use Terry very well on that one, and certainly forgot to use my power-up, which probably would have helped. At this point, we're up to 23rd. We've passed I'm only here so I can eat pizza. Classic Zwift name. I've seen him in these races many times before. So now we've got Redner 10 seconds ahead, Chu and Griffith around 25. So we'll see if we can get there. I come around, take a bit of a pull for Terry. He comes back around after a little bit of rest. And yeah, we're trying to... I was certainly trying to go a little faster, but I didn't have a whole lot of energy to really pull faster than Terry was going on steady here. So these next three guys now about 10 seconds ahead as we start to come in towards the next segment here. Okay, and I'm just going to stay on Terry here. We're approaching the start of the segment. There it is, right there. Finally remembered to hit my power up. Go past Terry. I was really trying to bring him with me, but I think I may have dropped him here. I can't remember exactly what happens. So I'm very much trying to push the pace here. I don't know exactly what's going to happen. So there's an A rider. I will try to stay on his wheel. Looks like Redner's right behind me. So now we've drifted up and I'm managed to pull it back to 20th place. So, I mean, that's not going to do me a lot. So, got 18 seconds on Redner. It doesn't really matter because his last sprint didn't count for time through segment, but managed to get to 20th. And when I looked at Zwift Power, I was pleasantly surprised to see that my overall point score had managed to get me to 6th place. So, very pleased with that. Originally, I completed this even with the minute head start because I was supposed to be traveling Saturday morning and would not get another chance to do this. As it turned out, my flight was canceled with the Air Canada strike, and that is the end of it. So anybody can learn from a few of my little tips and tricks here. Given that minute head start, then able to use the Bs to get a really good time on the first segment, and then coming along with Terry to kind of come through some more riders at lower power so that I was able to still hit the sprints pretty good. So really, that's kind of the how do I rescue a result method I use there. And yeah, we'll take a look at another one in the future. Thanks, Moo, and good night.